Hello and welcome to the Party Center Speaks podcast. This is the podcast for family entertainment center and event venue owners, operators, managers, and staffers looking to grow their businesses. Do you want to learn more about increasing booking parties, improving facility operations, and more? This podcast is for you. My name is Nydia Milton, and I am the Client Relationship and Marketing Coordinator here at Party Center Software. Today's episode is a special one. We have a customer spotlight, our very first one. We're thrilled to shine a light on our good friend Steve here from Pizza Ranch. He loves Party Center software and we love him. Steve is a true leader in the FEC world and an operator of multiple Pizza Ranch locations for nearly 15 years. So, without further ado, welcome, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. So, for anyone who may not know, Steve is known not only for his strong operations and management skills, but also for his dedication to his community, great food, and a whole lot of fun. So, we'll dive into a little bit about his journey, his favorite parts of his job. We'll talk about arcades and, of course, pizza. So, Steve, let's start with your background. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you found your way to just the general world of family entertainment?
Yeah, you bet. I started at Pizza Ranch when I was 14. It was my first job. That was about 25, 26 years ago. Worked my way into a shift lead position and then into management. Went to college and worked at a pizza ranch there and kind of helped operate that one. And then went back to my roots in Fort Pierce, South Dakota, and bought into that pizza ranch. A couple of years later, I came out here and opened two stores in Rapid City. And so that's my background for the restaurant industry. As far as the FEC, Family Entertainment Center industry, we added a Funzone arcade, about 3,000 square foot to our location in 2022. So just about 3 years into that industry, and I love every minute of it. Yeah, it really complements our Pizza Ranch buffet restaurant experience.
Awesome. That's a very nice journey into kind of finding Pizza Ranch from it being your first job to now being a multi-location owner. That's amazing. And so you have been operating these all these different facilities for, a very long time, and that's amazing in and of its own. And what kind of kept you at Pizza Ranch and kept you really loyal to just this brand over all these years?
Yeah. I guess going into high school and starting it as my first job, I didn't dream I'd be here over 25 years later, and especially an owner. I think I contribute the biggest reason why I stayed is I just love it. I love the energy. I love the restaurant. I had a very good mentor in Jim Larson. He owned the Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch, took me under his wing. Partnered up with him, and I partnered up with his wife and his son. And then we came out here, and a bigger community Rapid City is. It's in South Dakota. We're the second biggest city in the state. And it's just been a great journey. We opened 15 years ago, our first location, and then going on 13 years at the location I'm sitting in right now, which has the Fun Zone arcade in it.
Wow, awesome. And Pizza Ranch itself is kind of a unique combo. You have the pizza buffets, the good old food, and the fun entertainment. So, what would you kind of say sets it apart from, any other kind of arcade or eatery or FEC, especially when it comes to the arcades and the guest experience?
Absolutely. So I feel that we appease our restaurant appeases to the youngest to the oldest. Not only do we have, amazing pizza, we have a full fresh salad bar, the pizza bar. We have a chicken bar that, some people think we should be named the Chicken Ranch instead of the Pizza Ranch, just because our chicken it's a broasted chicken and it's fabulous, juicy and just yeah, it's good. And then all the fixings with it, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing. macaroni and cheese for the
Oh yeah.
kids. And then you have to top it off with the dessert bar, which has all sorts of flavors of dessert pizza, a chocolate chip cookie that competes with grandma's chocolate chip cookie.
Mm.
And then you top it all off with ice cream or an ice cream cone. So,
Oh, love it.
so we get them excited to come in for the buffet, and then we like to call it come in for the buffet and stay to play. They
Yeah.
head over to the fun zone. Their eyes light up seeing all the games. We have a huge redemption wall. Um, yeah, so
Yeah.
Pizza Ranch's mission is to give every guest a legendary experience, and
Mm.
we feel like we do that not only in the restaurant but as they're checking out at the redemption wall as well. So
Yeah.
from start to finish.
Start to finish, and it sure does sound like it, and that's fun. And it's funny you say you come to eat and you stay to play. And you
That's
said
right.
roasted. So is that baked and roasted? I've kind of never heard
It's we call it the country's best chicken
that.
because it's roasted with a bee. So it's a fried chicken, but it's pressure fried.
Okay.
And that's about all I can tell you about the way we do it because that's why we have a secret recipe.
Oh yeah, don't tell us anymore. That's so interesting. And you said that, you kind of have fun for all ages and can appeal to everyone. And one thing that I do love about arcades is that they do have that mix of nostalgia for the adults, but also that fresh excitement for the kids. And have you noticed any kind of games seem to be a hit across generations? Maybe like the parent and the kid are like playing and they're like competing.
You bet. Absolutely. We have classics like skee ball. We have down the clown where you're throwing the balls at the clowns. Um, like the old carnival games. We have basketball games, and I see parents challenging their kids or kids challenging their parents to the basketball game. We have VR games. We have what they call a 7D game. It's called Asphalt 9, and that's a racing game where they're side by side. You got wind blowing in your face and your chair's moving. So we see a lot of competition with that as well. So we have a great variety of games, merchandisers, all the way up to VR games.
Nice. And so what would you say is your favorite arcade game, or do you ever sneak in after hours, or well, you're not in, but sneak after hours and get some playtime?
Yeah, I like the Asphalt 9, that racing game. My wife and I bring in our kids all the time. We have a 3-year-old boy. His name is Crew, and then we have a 15-year-old daughter. I would say Crew's favorite game is Down the Clown, so we like to play with him on that one. Maya, I love racing with her on that Asphalt 9 game. Yeah,
Yeah, how fun to have your parents run a pizza and arcade and have all this other delicious food and fun things to do. That's
Yeah,
so,
Maya's actually she when she turned 14, she started working here as well. So is her Pizza Ranch was her first job. And Crew, we call him, I don't know if you call it the chief product officer or the chief game officer. He makes sure that we have prizes for all the kids, and then he always tests out the games as well.
yeah, that's lovely. She's kind of following in your footsteps, starting working there as well. And do they have their
Yeah,
birthday parties there or their friends?
absolutely. We just had Crew's third birthday here in January, and all the
Lovely.
friends came and they loved it.
Lovely. So now I kind of want to dive into one of the most important questions for today. We asked about your favorite arcade, but what's your favorite kind of pizza?
My favorite pizza would be a thin crust Bronco. That's our all
Hmm.
meat pizza, and I would add jalapenos to it.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And so how do you feel about pineapple on pizza? Is it a crime or is it just a surprise? Sweet surprise.
You know what? I love it. I would actually add pineapple to my Bronco with jalapeno. If you talk to my wife Jessica, she would say it's a crime and it shouldn't be allowed on pizza. But Maya loves it too. So
Yeah, and that's similar
I
to
think
me.
it's
I've never heard anyone actually like that. I'm not the biggest fan of meat or thin crust, but I do get pineapple and a jalapeno pizza, and I get mine light cheese, extra sauce, just like that.
very
I've
good.
never heard anybody say they also liked pineapple and jalapeno. That's so interesting. Not let alone pineapple, and it's like a sweet and spicy. You can't
Yeah.
hate it.
It's sweet and heat.
Exactly. And so, do you all toss the dough, or is that like just in the movies?
It's I would say it's Hollywood. But uh we yeah, we have 14-year-olds all the way up to different generations working here. Um and I got to be honest, I can't even toss a dough and make it look good, so I wouldn't be able to teach everybody how to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And how, like you said, you have 14-year-olds and other ages working there. How have you seen like kind of the community aspect come together with maybe any local high schoolers or your daughter's friends, kind of hanging out at your place?
Yeah. Um my daughter loves bringing her friends here for sure. Starting at 14 when I started, um I think that's another reason why I love doing what I do is I want to be able to provide opportunities for kids just like Jim and Anita provided for me. Whether it's a first time job or we have some employees that have been with us since we opened 15 years ago. So I love being able to give back to them, love being able to give back to the community in itself. We have community impact nights where we donate percentage of sales to our community.
Nice.
So I would say we're very ingrained in our community, and that's another reason why I just love what I do.
Love it. That sounds amazing. What was your most recent community impact night?
That's hard to say. We do two a week at each store here.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know exactly what it was, but we're booked for the whole year. So we'll do over 100 community impact nights between the two stores. So 200 total. And we've given back over $500,000 to the community since we opened. So it's near and dear to our heart.
Yeah, wow, that's such a big impact. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so I do want to ask, what's your favorite thing about Party Center software?
Oh yeah. Since uh, the expo where I met um, Courtney and Danielle, I fell in love with Party Center.
Oh,
Um, I was looking for something that would expedite and make it simple, not only for the customers, but for me and my team for booking parties. And Party Center is exactly what I was looking for. Our old process was customer would get onto our website, send us an email saying they want to book a party. We would try to contact them, play back and forth till we got a hold. We may have lost the customer because they were looking to book it at that time. So what Party Center's done for us has just been amazing with the simplicity. Like I say, the moms and dads that want to book a party when the kids go down to bed and they have a free couple minutes,
yeah.
to our end where it simplifies the schedule, the booking process, and the execution has just been amazing.
Awesome.
So a true success story on Party Center is this is our first full quarter that we can compare to last year of being on Party Center. And we're up over 200% this quarter compared to last quarter. And we're up over 300% this quarter over 2023's quarter,
Wow.
the first quarter. So it just shows how big of an impact and simplicity it is for bookings to happen. It's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That is awesome. I'm glad we were to make that
Absolutely.
impact for you. Well, and with that, Steve, that was my last question for you. So super, super results, super, super awesome Pizza Ranch, awesome Fun Zone Arcade. I appreciate taking the time to be here with us today, and we love having amazing partners like you with us in the PCS family.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to our listeners for tuning into this episode of Party Center Speaks. I hope that what we shared today was useful for family entertainment center and event venue owners everywhere. If you have any feedback or topics you'd like for us to discuss on the podcast, be sure to email marketing@partycentersoftware.com. This is a weekly podcast with episodes releasing every Thursday, so catch a new episode. And Party Center Speaks, powered by Party Center Software. We are a facility management tool that helps family entertainment centers and event venues book more parties, manage their facilities, and do so much more. So we also offer marketing services such as custom website design, digital advertising, marketing automations, social media assistance, and so much more to help you grow reach and increase traffic. If you'd like to learn more about us or our vendor program, head on over to partycentersoftware.com. Be sure to give us a follow at Party Center Software on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, and at Party Center Soft on X. Thanks for listening.